Hello everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel Learning Python with Saroj. Today, if you are new in our channel, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe our YouTube channel. Today in this video, we are just going to learn about the different types of loops in Python programming. Looping is a concept that allows the repetition of the steps or printing or execution of the similar types of set repeatedly in a programming. Looping is a common phenomenon in any programming language. From a Python perspective, this powerful programming language offers two broad characteristics of a looping statement. They are basically the while loop and for loop, as you can see in a screen. While loop, for loop. There are also some looping control statements like a break, another continue, and then pass. They are just a keyword we used in order to control our loop. And then there are also some nested for loop in programming. Let us start with a while loop in Python programming. While loops are used in order to execute the similar type of statements until the condition we give is satisfied. You can see an example of while loop in our screen. At first we have just assigned the value of n to 10, and then we just initialize the variable of a sum. Here we are just calculating the sum of n natural number, that is 10 natural number, because the value of n is 10 in 10. At first we are just assigning a value of a sum variable to 0, and then I is equals to 1, I is assigned 1, and we just use a while loop while I is less than equals to n, and then semicolon, while, and then I is less than is equals to n is our condition, and then we use semicolon. This is a general syntax of while loop. And then we are just calculating the sum by adding sum to our number I. Sum is equals to sum plus I, and then we are just incrementing the value of I by 1, that is increasing our value by 1, that is I is equals to I plus 1, as you can see over there. And then our while loop just ended, and then we are just printing the value of a calculated sum. At first, let us say n is equals to 10, while 1 is less than equals to 10. This is true, 1 is less than equals to 10. Then sum is equals to sum plus I. The value of sum is 0. So 0 plus 1, that is 1 is our value. And then the value of I will get incremented. 2, it becomes 2. 2 is less than 10, that is true. So the value that some word is 1 in our previous, so 1 plus 2, and then similarly it will get repeated until 10, and we can get the result of sum of n natural number. Let us run this program by opening our PyCharm and just getting the value from user. Yeah, we are just going to learn about the Python while loop. Python while loop. At first we are just getting the value of an integer value from the user. So we are inputting the value, enter the value of n, enter the value of n. Our user will give us the value of n. We are assigning the value of sum to 0 because sum is assigned to 0. Yeah, and then we are creating new variable I is equals to 1, so that it will help us in our looping. New variable I is declared. we declared a new variable I, and we are just using our while loop while, and our condition is the value of I is less than equals to the value of n. We are just using semicolon. This is a general syntax, and we are just calculating a sum. So sum is equals to sum plus the value of I, and we are incrementing the value of I by 1. I plus is equals to by 1, yeah. And then we just get out of our while loop, and we are just printing the value of sum. Printing the value of sum. Sum is equals to, and we are just printing the value of sum over here. Yeah, we are done with our program. Now we are just running our program, and we can see here our program is running. Yeah, enter the value of 1. Let us enter the value of n to 15, and then it's just calculate the sum of 15 natural number, that is 120. If we just calculate the sum of 15 natural number, then we got 120 as our result. This is the concept of a while loop in Python programming. Let us use a break keyword so that we can stop our loop even if while the condition is true. Here our condition is true, and we are just encountering break in between them. Yeah, just using break. For using break, if we are using, if the value of I is equals to, if the value of I if the value of n is equals to n as 15. Yeah, previously we n is equals to 12, then just we are encountering the break. Yeah, we are just writing our incremented operator before. Incrementing operator is just writing, we are just writing our incrementation operator before the program. We have just incremented our value. You can see I plus is equals to 1. Yeah, and then we are running our program. What happened? Let's see. We are assigning the value of n to 15. The value of n to 15. What happened? We have just encountered our break keyword over here. Control X. Yeah, if the value of I is equals to 5, then we are just breaking. break, break, then just break, and then we are just incrementing our value of I by 1 inside our while loop. Okay, this is a condition inside a while loop. So if this is condition inside if block, yeah, this is while loop, and inside they are inside the if block, so we can use over here. Yeah, let us run, but this is not a condition inside our if block, but it is just a condition inside while. So we are running our program. Enter the value of 9. We are just entering the value of n as a 15, and then the value of a sum is just 15. Yeah, the value of a sum is just 15, because when the value of I becomes just 5, then it get out of the loop. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. So 1 2 3 and 4. Yeah, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. gives 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and 5 gives a 15 as a result. So if we encountered a break keyword, it just take our loop outside. But if you just enter the continue over here, continue, if you just enter continue over here, then it will exclude the program which is in a current iteration, and then the loop get continued. So only the 5, the value of 5 will be deducted in our program. Let us write 15. It is our, we are just continuing our value, and then if I is equals to 5, and then just continue our value, I is incremented by 1 and calculating the sum. Yeah, this is our program. Yeah, we are just entering 5 as our value. It's just running, our command is running. Wait a while. We just encountered the value of y as 5, and then when the value became the 5, it just left this value. This is inside our while block, and then we have just printed a sum. This is about the continue statement in Python programming. Yeah, now we are going towards a for loop. Now we are going to learn about the for loop in Python programming. For loop in Python programming. Yeah. For loop in Python programming is used for iteration over a sequence of a number and a text. Yeah, if we have certain sequence, then we just use a for loop in Python programming. As you can see in the example, we have just created a greeting that is equal, that holding the value of string, that is hello Python. Here we are taking our for loop. Then for letter in our greeting, we are just printing the individual value of our letter. Then individual value, that is HELLOPYTHON, will get printed in a new line. Let us run a similar types of program over here in our Python. Yeah, for loop in Python, for loop in Python. Yeah, at first we are just giving a value of n, just giving a value of n as Python for loop. Yeah, this is our Python for loop. We are encountering for the value of n in, for the, we are creating some variable for the value of x in, it is our new variable, for the value of x in, for the value of x in our string, that is n. For the value of x in n, we are just printing each of the value of x. Yeah, we are running our program. So yeah, for the value of x in, we are running each of the value. Yeah, so each value PYTHONFORLOOP get printed. At first we can see PYTHON Python, and then for, and then loop is printed over our screen. This is how we use the for loop. We can use the range in a for loop so that we can calculate some multiplication value and other programs. We are just discussing about each of them individually over here. Now we are just encountering the break keyword over here. If we use break keyword, as we previously said, by entering a break keyword, if the value of x is equals to the value of x is equals to and then there is as, yeah, If the value of x is equals to h, then we are just going out of our program by encountering the keyword break. If our value is equals to x, then we are just going out of a program by encountering the keyword break. Let us run. Then the value after h will not get printed, so pyt will get printed is equals to h. Up to here will get printed, pyts get printed, py and ts just get printed. So because our loop just goes outside when you encounter break. If you just encounter continue over here, it will just escape a current iteration, that is h will get escaped, escaped h, all the value will get printed, pyton for and loop will get printed over the screen. We can see, yeah. If the value of h is equals to the value of x is equals to h, then we just continue. So this is our result over there. This is about using break and continue in for loop. Now let us calculate the let us discuss about the range function. Range function is used in order to calculate the value that is inside for. Let us create the for value of x in some range for value of x in our range, that is 6. For the value of x in our range, we are just printing the value of x. Semicolon is missing over here, we are using semicolon, and then the value up to 6 will get printed in our screen. This is what the range can do in our programming. Yeah, 6 1 2 3 4 0 to 6 5 will get printed because it start from our always the index value start from 0 in programming. Yeah, we can write this from 1 to we can just print this value from 1 to 16 by writing 1 comma 6 1 comma 16. Yeah, 1 to 16, any number we can use here. Then the value from 1 to 16 will get printed. This is the use of a range function which with combined by using it. Yeah, from 1 to 15 16, that is executed, because from 1 then 1 will get just skipped, 16 will just get skipped in our programming concept. Now by using this range function, we are just calculating for loop in Python to calculate the user entered number multiplication. Multiplication. For this we are just taking the value of x from integer, it is integer value, that is we are getting this from user input, enter the value of x. We'll get this value from user, and now we are using our loop for the value of I in range. Multiplication is always from 1 to 10, so 1 comma 11, because if we write from 1 to 10 we will just get a result up to 9. As we previously see in our example, we are just printing the value of x, and then we are just multiplied it. We can write x multiply and then the value of I, x multiply the value of I, and then we are assigning the value is equals to the value is getted by x multiplied by I. This is our program for calculating the multiplication. Let us run. X multiply I, that is x, any value entered from user, multiplied the value from 1 to 11 individually, because for loop helps us in order to execute. Let us calculate a multiplication 100. Yeah, while the value of I is less than while the value of I is less than 100, then we are encountering another value, that is the value of j, as we are just entering this value. Sorry, we are not using two brackets over here. Yeah, less than or equals to 100. If the value is not, I is not the modulus, I modulus, and then we have just created I and j, I modulus j is not then the function, we are encountering the break. Let us check the entered number is I and j is whether a prime number or not. Yeah, for this we are just writing our program, and then we are incrementing a value of j to j is equals to j plus by 1, incrementing the value of j by 1, and then just using another if condition in our first while loop. If j is just less than, j is just greater than I and the division of j, I and the division of j, j is just greater than I and the division of j, then we are writing just printing the value of I, that is printing the value of I, that is our prime number. Yeah, I comma is prime. So if the value of I is, so we just write entering the value of I and j from 1 and onward. Yeah? If the value of I just if it is divisible by any number, then we are just printing it as a prime number. So we are just incrementing the value of I by 1, and then at last we are printing something, any name. Let us write goodbye. This is almost like up to concept of a loops in programming. Now we are running our program. Let us see what happened. Up to 100, prime number must get printed, should get printed. Up to 100, goodbye is also printing. Sorry, we are just taking this out of a loop so that goodbye is not printing over 100 times in our program. It must be one time, only printed one for a one time, single time. Our program is running. After 2, if any value is not divisible, then that is a prime. Yeah, so here we are just checking our value. 2 is prime, 3 is prime, and then similarly our program get executed because 2 is a prime number. Yeah, since 2 is a prime number, and then 3 is a prime number, and then 5 is a prime number, because they are not divisible by any number. I modulus j will just gives us a value 0 if it is exactly divisible, but if it is not exactly divisible, then it will give some value, expected another values. Yeah, now we are all done with about the different types of loops in Python programming. Done with the different types of loops in Python programming. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment if we need to improve any of our concepts, and if you don't understand, just leave a comment so that I can help you over there. Thank you for watching us. Keep watching. Thank you again.